Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
You're watching All-Star 15 TV. To bring you all the action from Derby, Connecticut, here is AJ Capone.
Hello everybody and welcome to All-Star 15 TV. On the broadcast tonight, it is the Pony Express Open Wheel for Amateurs. And we are at Knockhill for this evening's event. And just as always, it's going to be a feature event number 1 for 20 minutes. And then a feature event number 2 for 30 minutes. But before we get to that, let's look at some race details. There it is up on your screen. Just about 9 turns around this facility here. It is going to be 65 degrees, ambient temperature outside with a dew point of 55. Partly cloudy, so we might see some shade on the racetrack. The track length is 1.25 miles, and then track temperature is also 65 degrees. Look for a lot of speed and a lot of over braking to try to get around opponents. You're going to look at turn number 9, the final turn in this racetrack, to be a very, very unique passing zone here with that U-turn. But then you also have to look down towards the bottom of the racetrack on your screen at turn number 7, the Clark turn. That's going to be another passing zone, I would assume, along with turn 1, the Dunnif dip. So look for a lot of passing. Right now we have 9 drivers in the race so far. And why don't we bring up our brand new tower? Get you guys the better view of the race screen here right now. Brad McCombs very fast there, running about 15 laps at a 47.51. Tyler Langenberg is gonna also run 15 laps and is very close to that best time of 47.40 for Langenberg. So 2 and 1, that is going to conclude practice here so far. You are watching the Pony Express Open Wheel for Amateurs here at Knockhill. They're going to start qualifying in just moments. Everybody's going to get 10 minutes of qualifying, and the first driver we're going to take a look at is Dustin Vase. So far so good. This is his out lap. So right now you're just trying to heat up the tires just a little bit, and on cold tires it is very easy to do that. He's going to stay in the gas and knock off a little bit of that rocks and get her going. Gonna switch over to Mackenzie Johnson in that 055. I'm gonna reload iRacing paints because I don't think they are working very well right now. There's Brad McCombs in the 23. Brad McCombs just takes the green flag right there as he's flying through the beginning part of this racetrack, heading down towards the chicane. We're going to stick with Brad McCombs through his first lap here as he's heading down the railway. I think that's the railway straight. Still new to this racetrack, everybody. Yeah, and there was turn 9. Where is this going to put him on the racetrack? After lap number 1, McCombs is going to go P2. Jump on with Sheriff Mark Dillon in that number 3. It looked like he might have gone off track very slightly there. Currently hauling the mail as he's heading towards the final turn. Looks like a little corkscrew turn. Up the hill towards the start-finish line. Sheriff Mark Dillon is going to go P5. P5 has one more lap to go. Alexander Hammond's currently your leader right there. He's going to try to better his lap time, and he does by about 4/10. Ooh, and he's just going to Yeetus Maximus it. There's Sean Goodwin. Sean Goodwin on his second lap will go P5, pushing Mark Dillon down to P6. Zachary Nurnberger in that teal 32, coming to finish his second lap. Will he improve? Yes, he will. He'll go up 2 spots, P number 7. And we're going to jump on with Curtis Kelly in that 32 Tic Tac machine. There's 2 32s on the track tonight. And he will stay there. Stay P10. Everybody is putting down a lap. So, let's go and pay some bills. Let's send you to the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join Nerds Doing Nerd Things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
Do we have Alexander Hammond? Yes, we do. See if we can talk to him. Alexander Hammond's Age of Capola in the NDNT broadcast booth. Do you have a copy, pal?
I got you loud and clear.
Hey, since we got a little bit of time here, I thought we'd do a quick interview. Getting the pole here at Knockhill, how does it feel? Looks like a very high speed but technical at the same time racetrack.
Yeah, I think everyone here spun multiple times in that practice session. I'm happy to start on the pole. We've had a few weeks off, so looking forward to getting back into it. We'll see what we can do.
All right, dude. Well, you got 2 features to get through to get the overall win. Looks like you're gridding, starting P1. Good luck, dude.
Thank you.
All right, that was our pole sitter, Alexander Hammonds, and we are going to show you a starting lineup for tonight's event. Alexander Hammonds, we just talked to him. Going to start P1, Tyler Langenberg. Going to start P2. Row 2 consists of Sheriff Mark Dillon and Brad McCombs. Row number 3, Mackenzie Johnson in the 005. And then Sean Goodwin in the 87. Zachary Nurnberger in the 32 is going to start 7th in row number 4. And Zach Purcell is going to start 8th. And in the final row, row 5, Dustin Vase and Curtis Kelly. Guys liking our new setup at all? Trying something a little different here. But you are watching the Pony Express Open Wheel for Amateurs on All-Star 15 TV. Please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for all things Pony Express. We saw the schedule at the beginning of the reel. So let's see, where are we going next week to give you guys a little bit of a teaser as we're waiting to start moving here tonight. And survey says, you see it on your screen, we are going to Summit Point. That's going to be interesting. But we are rolling on the racetrack. Thank you everybody for tuning in on All-Star 15 TV. I appreciate it greatly. Let's have some fun. Chat room is open. Looks like there are 3 sectors on this Knockhill racetrack. And we have the 1 to go before everybody hits that loud pedal. And we throw 20 minutes back up on the board. My little stretches here because I'm not really doing anything outside of clicking a couple buttons. And everybody pull those belts very, very tight. Hit that like button. Subscribe to All-Star 15 TV. We're coming through the back half of the racetrack right now. You are going to be on board with race leader Alexander Hammond. Hope the sound is good quality. I see this is the final turn right here. We are gonna back out just a little bit to give you guys a better view of the start of the race. And away they go. Green flag in the air. 20 minutes on the board. Going into turn number 1. It's both Alexander Hammonds and Tyler Langenberg. Pretty much nose to tail, very close together. Going through turn 2 into McIntyre turn 3 to Butcher turn 4. Heading down towards turn number 5 and 6, the chicane. There's the chicane right there. Very tiny one. And with all that speed, they're going to go straight to Clark, turn number 7. Little curb on the inside you really need to be careful for. And from turn number 7 down the railway straight all the way into turn number 9, Taylor's turn. Ooh, there goes Langenberg. Gonna take that and run. That was a heck of a move. A very strong move. We are going to jump on with Langenberg once he crosses the start-finish line for a lap around Knockhill. Out of turn number 9 towards the start-finish line. Here is the one lap around Knockhill. And that's it, a very fast lap around this 1.25 mile racetrack. But we're going to go back and see what happened with Alexander Hammonds. Our pole sitter, see, says he crashed right behind Langenberg. Does he overcook the tires under braking? And he does. He'll loop it, not collect Sheriff Mark Dillon. Or Mackenzie Johnson loops it himself to get going the right way, and away they go. Right now, Brad McComb's having an issue. Go back and see what happened, because he had to come to pit road to service that vehicle. Oh, there it is. Oh, and he's going to get clipped by Mackenzie Johnson. That wing is a little bent upper. You see it just on the left side of the vehicle, and the nose is caved in a little bit. So he probably went to pit road to try to fix some damage on that F4 car. But we're just under 4 minutes already, and a lot of action has happened so far. Sheriff Mark Dillon currently sitting in that second spot, just under 3 seconds behind, followed by Zach Purcell. Alexander Hammonds dropping 3 positions after that spin, currently sitting in 4th and 5th, up 5 positions. It is the 71 of Curtis Kelly. Ooh! Big issue there for Sean Goodwin. Actually, I think that was Dustin Vase. Go back and see that. Oh yeah, he's gonna loop it and put it right in the kitty litter. Doesn't hit anything. Cooks the tires. You see all the gravel and everything on those tires. Now see the grass. Gonna need to get on the pavement and clean those off before really getting on the brakes or the throttle could very easily spin it out, and he's going to drop all the way to 7th place. Curtis Kelly still doing a really good job, up 5 positions, but 15 seconds back from the leader. Langenberg is moving in that 91 that he runs every single week. Ooh, issue with Zachary Nürnberger. Teal 32. Oh, there it goes. In the Burgert Farms number 32 Pony Express machine. Gonna get it going, but we're gonna actually jump to Mackenzie Johnson. Because he has a lot of damage on that nose. Can't be doing a lot for... I don't think he hits anything. That's lucky on him, but he goes off track and loses a lot of time. He is a lap down from Tyler Langenberg. So we're going to go back live. We're going to jump to your leader. There's Mackenzie Johnson right behind him. And he's going to take it to pit road. Probably not driving well. Needs to get that damage fixed to at least compete with some of the other drivers. You see Brad McCombs coming back up on the racetrack right in front of your leader and then pulls over, lets him by. But while we have a little bit of a lull in the race so far, let's go to and go to the website and get you guys the points and where everybody stands. So currently, a driver that is not here is Paul Boyle. Paul Boyle is currently sitting at 373 points. But unfortunately not here, and it looks like Tyler Langenberg is dropping because he's blinking out. Hopefully he can fix that and get back on track. There he goes. He's back on track, but blinking is not good, and it pretty much resets everybody's time to him when he blinks out, as you see on your screen. So, back to the points. Paul Boyle currently sitting at a 373. Alexander Hammond's currently sitting in second place at a 362. So I would assume Langenberg or Hammonds would take over the lead after this race tonight. Third place is Tyler Langenberg at a 356. Just about 17 points behind Paul Boyle for first. Fourth place goes to Zach Purcell. He's currently running in that 5th position on the race right now. He sits at a 345. And Sheriff Mark Dillon, rounding out the top 5, is at a 340. So as Langenberg is still having issues on the racetrack, we are going to move towards Mark Dillon. Ooh, Curtis Kelly with an issue. Let's jump over to Curtis Kelly. See him in the 32 Tic Tac machine. You know, if you got to have two 32s, at least they look completely different. And in the last turn, just loops it. Don't think he's going to hit anything. Don't think anybody's going to hit him. Going to lose a little bit of time, but he'll keep the car looking good. Langenberg with a 7.3 second lead over Mark Dillon. Mark Dillon on your screen. Let's see how he's fighting that wheel as we have 10 minutes left in this first feature event. Alright. Let's see how he's going the course. Pretty sure this is coming to Clark, turn number 7. And this is the Railway Straight, turn 8. Very, very smooth for that number 3. Looks like Mark Dillon's going to need a little tear off, which he does. But he's running through this racetrack really good. It just seems to be that 91 of Langenberg is slightly faster than him. Looks like Mackenzie Johnson crashed and had to jump to pit road. We're going to watch that right now. All right, here it is. Looks like going into turn number 1. So far, so good. Ooh, Purcell's going to loop it, and they're just going to all get into it. Purcell, Hammonds, and unfortunately on his roof was Mackenzie Johnson. There's the 91 still pulling away now by 18.5 seconds. The only way he doesn't win this first feature is if he messes up. Hammonds goes and takes second place from Purcell. Purcell probably with a lot of damage after getting T-boned by Mackenzie Johnson. Hitting his marks with just 7.5 minutes left. How's everybody doing in YouTube land? It is a beautiful Monday here in Connecticut where I'm at. Hopefully your Monday has gone very well, but nonetheless, thank you for tuning in to All-Star 15 TV. We're pretty much all things Pony Express every Monday evening. So smooth is that 91 through pretty much every single turn. Watching him on screen as he's a little slower through the first part of the racetrack. But other than that, you know, he's able to put that F4 vehicle wherever he wants. And he's closing in on a couple other drivers. But yeah, keeping that distance from Mark Dillon at just around 18 seconds, you know, a little bit one way or another. Sitting third right now, it is Alexander Hammonds. Gonna jump onto him. Curtis Kelly riding in 4th place, up 6 positions, the biggest mover so far in the event. Zachary Nurnberger in the 32, rounding out the top 5. 6th place is Zach Purcell in the 51 Envision Machine. Dustin Vase, 7th place, riding right now. John Goodwin in 8th. Brad McCombs in 9th. And Mackenzie Johnson on the racetrack, a couple laps down, sitting in 10th. Back up front, there is race leader Tyler Langenberg. With just 5 minutes to go, most likely, and then plus 1 lap because you can get around this place relatively fast. Fastest lap time for this session, it is a 47.67, and he's only off by 0.2 that last lap with it. He is going to have to fight with a couple lap down cars. That is the 87 of Sean Goodwin, as he's going to try to pass in turn number 1, but he's going to blink out for a second there. And once again, there's Sean Goodwin in that 87 Porsche. Nice looking car. Very nice looking car. Look at the distance between Langenberg and Dillon. We'll go from the start-finish line to start-finish line. But just about 20 seconds is the gap, sitting around 19 right now. And it's almost a full lap, because there's Langenberg putting lap 20 on the board right there. And Sheriff Mark Dillon sitting in second, isn't even at the final turn yet, which now he's pulling up to, making that turn. And the distance is huge, as he's going to cross the line right there. Right there. 2 lines. But issue with Zach Purcell. Let's go see what happens with Zach Purcell here. So far, so good. Making that left-handed turn back to the right. And he's, yep. Ooh, he's going to loop it right in front of the leader. Ooh, don't back up too hard. Yeah, yikes. Just 3 minutes left. Hauling the mail is what we would call it. Full head of steam. Just a couple more laps, and he can call himself feature number 1 winner here at Knockhill. Coming right towards the camera, flying by the camera. Appreciate everybody watching in the YouTube verse. Chat room's open if you want to come talk with us. Looked like Brad McCombs said let's go racing before the stream went live today, so hey, hopefully he's still listening to us while he's driving. Brad's a pretty cool dude, pretty good racer. Unfortunately tonight, not his night for at least feature number 1's sake. Out of the final turn. Looks like we're going to have 2 laps to go. Would not be surprised if he comes and gets the white flag next time by. But a 20-second gap between Langenberg and Dillon. And in the final turn one more time. Well, 2 more times, because he should be getting that white flag right now. Let's see it out. There it is, white flag in the air for Tyler Langenberg. See the flagman almost throwing his arm out every single time he does it. I'm going to try to get a conversation during warm-up for feature number 2 with Tyler Langenberg. Just a quick interview, but he's blinking just a little bit there, heading towards the final turn. and Langenberg will win feature number 1 here tonight. Gonna jump all the way to Sheriff Mark Dillon. Has Brad McCombs right behind him. Second place goes to Mark Dillon as he crosses the line. Here comes the 126 of Alexander Hammonds. He was the pole sitter of this first feature. And across the line he goes. Curtis Kelly with the Tic Tac machine out of turn number 9, heading towards the line. They'll take 4th place, and 5th place will go to Zachary Nurnberger. So let's see the results of heat number 1. Or feature number 1. Tyler Langenberg, your winner. Sheriff Mark Dillon comes home in 2nd. 3rd, Alexander Hammonds. 4th, Curtis Kelly. 5th goes to Zachary Nurnberger. Zach Purcell comes home in 6th. 7th is Dustin Vase. 8th, Sean Goodwin. 9th, Brad McCombs and Mackenzie Johnson rounding out the top 10. He will start P1 for this second feature. Let's see if we can get a hold of Tyler Langenberg. I do not see him in there. So what we're going to do is cut to another commercial for Extreme Sim TV. And we are back on All-Star 15 TV. Your winner of feature number 1 was Tyler Langenberg, followed by Sheriff Mark Dillon, and then Alexander Hammonds rounding out the top 3. We're getting ready to go to feature number 2 on pole, which we will see in just moments when I bring up the starting lineup for feature number 2. Just waiting for the session to jump over. All right, here we go. On the front row, it is the 055 of Mackenzie Johnson and the 23 of Brad McCombs. The second row is the 87 of Sean Goodwin and the 74 of Dustin Vase. Row number 3 consists of 2 Zachs. Zach Purcell in the 51 and Zachary Nurnberger in the 32. Fourth row is Curtis Kelly in the 71, aka the other 32, the Tic Tac 32, and Alexander Hammonds in the 126 Ford machine. And then row 5, it is Sheriff Mark Dillon in the number 3 Pony Express machine, and our feature number 1 winner, Tyler Langenberg. For feature number 2's event, pretty much everything is staying the same. 65 degrees outside, 56% humidity, partly cloudy, a little bit of wind. Track length is still a mile and a quarter, and track temperature is still 65 degrees. 9 turns around Knockhill, and we are under the formation lap, getting ready to go. Gonna have 30 minutes on the board for feature number 2. Will we see Langenberg, Dillon, Hammonds, or Kelly get through the field to possibly win this race? Or is it going to be somebody who didn't finish that well in feature number 1? You know, a la Mackenzie Johnson, your pole sitter right here. Brad McCombs, who we know is fast, but unfortunate circumstances hurting that F4 vehicle in feature number 1. Or Sean Goodwin or Dustin Vase. Dustin Vase and Zach Purcell are always very fast. Always very fast. It's just, do they cause themselves to not finish where they probably feel like they should? But we're just a couple turns away before we go green. Thank you, everybody, for watching here tonight. It's always a pleasure with the Pony Express, guys. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We still have 7 races to go. And coming out of the final turn, let's bring up timing and scoring. There goes the pace car, and we are gone and away. Hit the loud pedal. There it goes. Mackenzie Johnson's going to take everybody down into turn 1. Brad McCombs is looking... Nope, he's going to stay right behind. Not actually close to him at all. Mackenzie Johnson with an early lead through the first couple turns goes a little wide. Man, he is attacking, and attacking. Towards turn 7. This is turn number 8, the railway straight. So we saw earlier how Tyler Langenberg and Sheriff Mark Dilling, how they get around Knockhill. Let's jump on board with Mackenzie Johnson to see the exact same thing. Very smooth, using a lot of the curbs. He's going to get well into the dirt. That's going to allow Brad McCombs to close in just a little bit, not a lot. And through the final turn, he goes. There it is, coming up towards the start-finish line. And that's a lap with Mackenzie Johnson as he's pulling away from the field. Right now, fastest lap of the second feature goes to Mackenzie Johnson, and it's about 4/10 that separate Mackenzie and the field. Curtis Kelly with an issue. That's going to drop him all the way back to 10th place. Let's see what happened. On board with Kelly via the gyro cam. He's just going to get a little loose. That's it. No harm, no foul. Lit up the tires just a little bit, but, you know, no damage. Oh, he's going to do it again. Here comes Brad McCombs taking that 2.5 and cutting it in half in just one lap. Mackenzie Johnson is going to spin. He's going to spin on the railway straight. Still having an issue getting it straight. He's going to lose multiple positions. Going to drop him all the way back to 6th place. Brad McCombs is going to resume with a almost 5-second lead over Dustin Vase. What's going on, Noah Wilson? Can't wait for Wednesday evening with you guys. Should be interesting with one race left before the championship race in your beautiful, beautiful racing. But tonight, it is all Pony Express open wheel for amateurs. We're at Knockhill. And McCombs is putting down lap after lap, flyer after flyer. Currently a 6-second lead and growing over Dustin Vase. You can see Langenberg, Feature 1 winner, already up to P4. When will these drivers pit? Because they cannot make it the full 30-minute length. With just over 25 minutes to go, I would not be surprised if once we're under 20 minutes, we start seeing drivers come down the pit road. Kind of what we normally see. McComb's going to go wide in the final turn, clip some of the gravel. But he is pulling away from the field. Langenberg taking another position. But here comes Alexander Hammonds as well, right behind him. Ooh, they don't know where Langenberg is. Ooh, here comes Mackenzie Johnson. Full head of steam. Mackenzie Johnson going off track once again, dropping him to the 8th position for the time being, but we are looking at the 51, the 91, and 126. Hammond's currently sitting in that 3rd position as they're all coming out of the final turn. This is exactly what Brad McCombs wants to see. He's pulling away from Dustin Vase on his own, but Hammonds, Langenberg, Purcell all battling. But now that they're in a straight line, last lap for McCombs was a 47.45. And just about a second slower was Hammonds, Langenberg, and 2 seconds slower was Purcell. Gonna get probably a better view of how everything is working with Hammonds, McCombs, Langenberg, now that they're not battling anymore. So that last lap for Brad McCombs was a 47.35. And Hammonds was a 47.82. So Brad McCombs pulling away from everybody. You're currently looking at the 126 of Alexander Hammonds, but Dustin Vase, big issue for Dustin Vase. Ooh, he's just gonna back it into the gravel pit. Let's see what happened with race leader Brad McCombs. Brad McCombs off track. My guess that he probably locked it up and did a half spin. Oh no, he's gonna almost full spin it. Gonna have to get going because there's Alexander Hammonds closing in now. Just a 6-second lead. Hammonds clipping the gravel trap just a little bit. He can see Brad McCombs out the front of his vehicle. Ooh, he's going to clip it once again, trying to get every little bit of real estate he can. And that last lap, a 47.60 for Hammonds to Brad McCombs' 48.23. That's a big time difference. Man, you could see that 126 just try to get everything out of his car and utilize every inch of this racing surface tonight. Ooh, McCombs. Big issue for McCombs. You saw him on the inside right there. Let's see, going into the final turn. Oh, turn number 9 bites him once again. And you're going to see Hammonds go by. You're going to see Langenberg go by. That is very unfortunate. Very shocked. Had a good lead on Hammonds and Langenberg. But unfortunately, that turn number 9 probably gets a little light, the car, coming up the hill and then straightening back out. Probably really easy to loop it, but very unfortunate for McCombs. But we're going to go jump to Zach Purcell. Zach Purcell with an issue, riding in that 6th spot. Ooh! Mackenzie Johnson just barely gets by. Here comes Dustin Vase and Mark Dillon. Mark Dillon on pit road taking his service. Now he's back out on the racetrack. We are under 20 minutes to go, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see more drivers coming in at a regular basis. Hammond's doing a really good job keeping now McCombs at bay because Tyler Langenberg hits pit road. Let's see if Brad McCombs, currently sitting in that 2nd position on your screen right now, can slowly start to catch Alexander Hammonds before pitting. Because that last lap, lap 15 on old tires, he puts the fastest lap of the race on board at a 47.23. Up out of turn number 9. That looks a lot better. Almost halfway through this 2nd feature, and here comes McCombs. That lap just a 10th faster than Hammonds. Alexander Hammonds goes off track. Big issue for that 126. That could be very costly. Everybody having an issue tonight. Ooh, you saw him try to correct that. We're going to rewind that and see it from a different perspective. Here we go. We're going to see this from the cockpit, because you see him try to catch it. There it is. There it is. And spin. That's very difficult to do. Pretty much everybody tonight not being able to save the vehicle after a spin like that. Brad McCombs takes the lead with just about a 6-second lead. Hammonds right now driving angry, driving frustrated. Once again, trying to use the whole racetrack. Flipping the apron big right there. For pit stops, I'm really curious to see who is going to cycle out the leader. But Alexander Hammond's fighting back. Just a tenth faster than McCombs there. These F4 vehicles are not easy to drive at all. And Mackenzie Johnson with an issue. He's going to have to jump to pit road, but let's see what caused the 055. And does he just go from there? Yes, he does. McComb stays out. Hammond stays out. 19 seconds separating McCombs and Langenberg. So let's see everybody who's pit. Langenberg is pit, Sheriff Mark Dillon is pit, and Zachary Nurnberger has pit. Everybody else currently on those 18 lap tires. Between first and second, there are the lap times for the last 5 laps. Which doesn't look right for 15 and 16. In the last 5 laps, there is the gap between McCombs and Hammond. As you see, it's grown to a little bit over 5 seconds, closer to 6. And here comes McCombs to pit road. Is Hammond's going to stay out? Yes, he is. Brad McCombs coming to his pit stall. Back out on the racetrack, currently sitting in that second place, just about 4.5 seconds separating him and Tyler Langenberg. Very fast pit stop. Curtis Kelly with an issue in that 9th position. Crashes, goes off track. Let's see what happens. Ooh, he's clipping a lot of apron there. He got off the ground in that tic-tac. Number 32. Ooh, does he spin it though? No, not a traditional spin, but enough to where could have lit up the tires. I think he's taken too much of that curb. Jump back to live. Hammond's right now with a 10.5 second lead over Brad McCombs and a 14.5 second lead over Tyler Langenberg. When will this 126 hit pit road? With 12:15 left to go in this second feature. Ooh, Brad McCombs. Brad McCombs with an issue. He's going to lose second place. Oh, wow. Trying to get around a lapped car, and turn 9 bites him again. Car just looks like it's very, very light up there. Now, if everything goes well for that 126, he might come out the leader. It looks like it's going to be close. He might be 5 seconds behind Tyler Langenberg. When all said and done. But I would come down pit road soon to give yourself a chance to fight back. Because right now, Langenberg with 14.5 seconds, pitting is roughly around 19 to 20s. He's really going to have to catch the car there. Wow. Ten and a half minutes to go. He's going to stay out once again. Very slow on the racetrack. Well, not very slow, but just about a second and a half off of Tyler Langenberg. And there's Brad McCombs putting the fastest lap of the race, trying to bounce back at a 47.18. You're going to look at everybody's fastest laps throughout the event so far. And a 47.18 is just shy of Mackenzie Johnson's 47.26. Very fast. Very, very fast. But the thing is, a 47.45 and a 47.50, Hammonds and Langenberg, very consistent tonight. Here goes Hammonds to pit road. Comes out of pit road, and there goes McCombs. Going to cycle out in that third position, but he's going to have fresh everything. Can he close in 5.5 seconds, or at least 4 seconds, to Brad McCombs? Make it interesting. Under 10 minutes to go. Let's see what this 126 has. He needs to stay on the track. He needs to minimize his mistakes. He might have just put the fastest lap on the... Has it updated yet? No, that was his out lap. But he is hauling the mail right now. And so is Brad McCombs. Tyler Langenberg a second slower than Brad McCombs. That lead has dropped down to just about 2.5 seconds and closing rapidly. Now here's the thing, is Langenberg saving just a little bit for an onslaught from McCombs and Hammonds? Langenberg, unfortunately, is going to have to deal with some lap traffic. With that being said, it looks like he's already dealt with the lap traffic. He's got two F4s right in front of him. I like the little pig right on his halo. Very smooth with the 91, not hitting the curbs hard, not overdoing it as he's going through turn 7. Yeah, he's touching the curbs, but we saw a couple drivers just try to take lift off with them. Gotta go through turn number 9. Looking at just about 9 laps to go. McCombs closing into a second and a half. And Hammonds has the lead down to just 3.5 seconds. 3.75. And closing. Don't go anywhere, anybody. This is going to be interesting. Can Brad McCombs get to Tyler Langenberg, or can Alexander Hammonds get to Brad McCombs? This is the race. These three drivers want to win feature number 2 very badly, but Tyler Langenberg, to get the overall win, needs to win this. And to take the points lead, I would assume. But that blinking out is not good and really could be very detrimental to his race tonight if he ends up disconnecting. Ooh, McCombs with an issue, goes off track. Off track for about 7 seconds. That's going to hand second place, the time being, to Alexander Hammonds. Going to catch the kitty litter, and that's going to yeet him across the racetrack. He was running very good, very fast as well. And now he's got Sheriff Mark Dillon right on his tail. Alexander Hammonds. Ooh, Zachary Nuremberger off track right in front of him. That could have caused a very major issue. With 5 minutes left to go in the race, Alexander Hammonds is closing in on that 91. Look at the concentration on that driver. 2.5 separates Langenberg and Hammonds. As we've done a lot tonight so far, let's jump on board with Alexander Hammonds. Getting close to just about a second. Don't go anywhere, anybody. This is going to get intense, if not already intense. Tyler blinking out can be a very scary issue for anybody, even Tyler. It is down to just 0.7 seconds. Fresh tires versus slightly older tires. Let's look at the pit strategy between these two. Hammonds is only on 7-lap old tires, while Langenberg is working on his 19th. Zach Purcell having an issue right in front of them. Whoa, fastest lap of the race by a lot goes to Brad McCombs. Gonna drop it to a 46.84, and look, this lap coming up looking to be even faster. Just a half a second separating Langenberg and Hammonds. Very close with McCombs, just about a 10th off. Lost it in the final sector. Hammonds really closing in, putting the pressure on that 91 of Langenberg. He is there. Gonna try to attempt to pass on the inside. They are gonna touch, and that is gonna send Langenberg around. With just 2 minutes left, Langenberg with a second gap. Can that 91 get to that 126? We are gonna see that again. Gonna go from a little bit of an aerial view for this. Gonna go find that blimp cam. Here we go, going into that final turn. Hammonds is gonna take that inside. Has already made his move. Oh, and no room. That 91 of Langenberg gave him no room to even make the turn. But right now, 1.27 seconds separating the two. We have 2 laps to go in feature number 2. How are you, Jeffrey? How you doing tonight? Thank you for tuning in to the broadcast, as always. Appreciate that you're here. Coming to that white flag as he's pulling away from Tyler Langenberg. Taking the white flag in feature number 2. Doesn't need to push it very hard, just be consistent and keep the car underneath him. A second and a half separating Hammonds and Langenberg. Going through turn number 7, going to take a lot of that gravel trap with him. One more turn to go. Coming out of turn number 9. Alexander Hammonds is going to win feature number 2 at Knockhill. Coming home second, right behind him is Tyler Langenberg. Coming out of turn number 9 there, Sheriff Mark Dillon's going to come home in third. Brad McCombs going to sit in fourth. Dustin Vase heading towards turn number 9 as we speak. There he goes, makes the turn 1 final time. He's going to round out the top 5 and the last car on the lead lap. It was very good racing. This is the first time I've ever seen this racetrack. And let's see if we can talk to our third place finisher, Sheriff Mark Dillon. Hey, Mr. Mark Dillon, it's AJ Capola in the NDNT broadcast booth. Do you have a copy, pal?
I do. How you doing?
Hey, dude. Come home, finish in third place in feature number 2. How does that make you feel?
Good. Definitely good. Second place in the first heat, third place in the second heat. Looks like I'm going to take third overall on the night. It was difficult. The second heat, obviously, we do the inverted field. I imagined there was so much carnage in the first heat that I pictured the second one to go the same way. So I was just trying to hang back. I even let Tyler pass me right away. And then I still ended up looping it on the first lap, and really, I really had an uphill battle after that. But I guess I just, timed my pit correctly. I really had a lot of open track, so I didn't really have to make any passes on the track. So I guess I just got lucky.
Yeah, I think you lucked out with McCombs having some issues, but you were fast all night. You said second in the first feature and third in the second feature. That's a mouthful. But overall, how hard was it to drive around this track? Because while you do have some very fast straights, the cornering is very tight. Was it difficult out there?
This is a very, very tricky track. You really have to know how to these cars, you could really slam on the brakes in a straight line. And so you really but these braking zones, it is such a tight, twisty track. You got to be able to just get on the brakes super hard, make that turn. I feel like a lot of these turns too, with the elevation changes and the curbs, I swear, I think it's turn 3 or 4. It's a right-hander before kind of a long straightaway. I swear, you jump into that corner. You jump the curb, land, and try to hope you're pointing in the right direction. It's nuts.
Yeah, we saw it a couple times where people would pop these curbs and just take flight and then bounce really hard and almost lose the vehicle. But dude, congratulations on your second and third place finishes tonight. We'll see you next week at Summit Point.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
All right, that was our third place finisher in feature number 2. Let's talk to our race winner, Alexander Hammonds. Alexander Hammonds, AJ Capola in the NDNT broadcast booth. Do you have a copy, pal?
I hear you loud and clear.
Hey, dude, what a very entertaining feature number 2 event. It was either you, Langenberg, or McCombs, all pretty much running for that same real estate. But talk about feature number 2. Talk about the incident between you and Langenberg. You guys were fast, and it was good to see you guys really close together for a long portion of that time, and you catching them for about 5 to 10 laps.
Yeah, first off, I just want to apologize to him. I mean, he drove an excellent first race there. And as I was closing him, I felt the time slipping away, or the laps clicking away. So I felt like that was going to be my only opportunity there into that final turn. And just came from a little too far back and made contact with him. They were having a whole debate about it in the Discord about whose fault it was, but I just want to throw out an apology there.
Well, as a commentator, I would just throw my hat into it being a racing incident coming to 2 to go. So that's just my commentator hat. Has no weight whatsoever. But coming down the stretch with a handful of races left, it looks like it's going to be yourself and Langenberg in the contention for this championship event. So, going to Summit Point next week. Talk to us about it.
Well, Summit Point's, it's free content, so just about everyone's turn laps there. So I expect the quality of driving will be a lot better there than it was here. We just, this was a new track that just recently came out. It's really tight, couple blind corners, really technical, really hard to get right. But Summit should be good for all of us. Should put on a clean race and a good show.
All right, brother. Well, go enjoy your race win for feature win. We'll see you next week, pal.
All right. See you then.
See you later, dude. All right. Everybody have a good one. We'll see you next week at Summit Point. Same time, same place, All-Star 15 TV. Hammond's your feature 2 winner. Tyler Langenberg coming home second, and Sheriff Mark Dillon in third. Till then, y'all have a good one.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.